Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? Hey, folks, we are live from New York City, my hometown, New York. I can't do the Sinatra one, so I guess I can say, start spreading the news. Getting Home Sources remote today. So there you go, folks. That's my Sinatra rendition. Welcome. It's always invigorating to be back in my hometown, New York City. I love it. I mean, again, what can I say, folks? You know, New York, they're always going to say it's the best city in the world. But hey, I know there's a lot of other better places and beautiful places, but I'm a New Yorker, so that's what I got to say, right? Otherwise, the family's going to disown me, but no, I'm just teasing. But anyway, just want to say welcome. I want to start off by saying, of course, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to where you're listening around the world. Thank you so much. As we're coming from New York City, folks, and my first timers, if you're around, you got to reach out to me. And for my repeat offenders, you know I love you. You're out there, you're listening, you're participating, you're spreading the joy of what we're all about. So thank you so much. The Ferrari, we are the engine that's driving the car, right? That's what we do. We just go up and down the street, zipping around on the freeways, all around the world, just talking about the show. But today, again, we're doing mailbag. But of course, I want to talk about the website, VegasHomeSource.com. Get on there, sign up for the newsletter. Again, we have our partnership programs for locally in Vegas, for all my domestic friends that are looking to relocate over here, or for people in Vegas that are listening to the show. You know, you've been participating, reaching out. We're trying to bring the community together, helping out buyers, sellers, home builders, what have you, making it happen. We also have our tax benefit partnership program, so we're helping internationals as well as domestics to get yourself set up with corporations, trusts, LLCs, Incs, whatever you want to put together. We got it for you. If you're purchasing in the U.S. or Mexico, we got you covered on that. And of course, my Cabo partnership program so far, we have Cadoon Hotel, which is down by the marina, and of course, Medino Massage. So we got that hooked up. For people that just want to get away, get massage on the beach, it is absolutely epic. Why? Because I've done it, and I can tell you the best. So I said before in my past show, you got to get there early. You don't want that margarita machine going off. But today, folks, it's all about the questions. And I got to say, right now, I'm feeling invigorated because the city, it's a little bit cool, right? So some days are sticky. But when I say sticky, that's New York term for saying it's humid. But at least for me anyway. But at the end of the day, rainy. So we get the rain, of course. It's April. So what do they say? The old joke is April showers. Okay, so what happens in May? May is basically going to get better. It's going to get hotter. So, but April weather, you can't beat it. You're going to get a mixed bag. So right now, that's what we got. We got rain. We got cool. We got a little humid. We got all that stuff going on, or as I say, sticky. But for the show for today, we got a lot of great questions that I want to focus on today. And without further ado, let's jump in. All right. So question number one comes from Randy P. in Orlando, Florida. So Randy.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
He writes in, Gianno, great show. I love the sound effects and I love the way you add light to serious topics. Well, thank you, Randy. I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot to me. So Randy writes in, when are you going to go live doing videos and post your own on YouTube channel? Well, Randy, that's a great question. The answer is very, very soon, because right now, folks, again, as I've been mentioning before, beginning of the year, it's going to take a little bit slow going, but I'm getting the last of my mobile application approved through Android and Apple. So this is what I'm waiting for right now to get the code clearance. Once I get that happening, we're going to go live with our mobile app for Vegas Home Source, so everybody can have that in their phone. And then from there, I want to kind of just jumble it all together and put my videos and content and what have you that we're doing, not only on the mobile app, and then we just enhance it and get out there to the masses. So that's what I'm just waiting on. It's getting close. So I was kind of hoping it was going to go live already, but we're going to shoot for the end of the month. That's what I'm lighting candles on right now to make that happen. So stay tuned, Randy. We're going to get that out there for you. I promise you. So thank you so much for that question. So question number 2 comes from Noel W. from Versailles, France. So Noel writes in, great show. Thank you for the free MLS access on Cabo and Vegas. I'm interested in your partnership program. How do I get started? Noel, great question. I wanted to bring your question on the air so I could cover that topic again. For all my international friends, it's very simple, okay? So what you just do is you email me. You just basically tell me who you have that might be interested in looking at Cabo or the U.S., whichever one, and then basically get their contact information and what they're wanting to do, what they're wanting to buy, okay, or invest, what have you. And then we get that established. Then we set up an agreement so our paperwork is in place before a call or email is made, because I don't want to make any phone calls or do any emails until we're communicating first. You're going to give me the back end on what's happening, what they really want, and what have you, and then we go from there. So that's kind of how we set that up. And then again, if they're looking in Mexico, especially in Los Cabos where I'm working at, then that's great. In Las Vegas, that's great. But they also have the MLS, so they already can start the process with that. Then they just reach out to me when they're ready. But of course, we'll make the initial consultation with them. But if they're looking for anything else outside of the areas that I service, that's not a problem either, folks, because like I said, I have a network. We put it together, not a problem. So that's it, Noel, in a nutshell. So get out there. And for all those that are listening that may have people that are interested in looking to purchase in Las Vegas and basically Nevada in the U.S. or Los Cabos, Mexico, hey, I got you covered. Just dial right in. We have it right there on the website. Just reach out to me. Let me know who's interested that you know that might be interested, and let's take care of you. So that's how we do it on that one. That's the partnership program for that for my international friends. So now, question number 3 comes from Fuadi S. from Lisbon, Portugal. So he writes in, I thank you for all the information you provide. I am very interested in commercial development in Los Cabos. What is the process? Well, Fuadi, great question. And obviously, I wanted to bring your question on the air because I know that there's going to be a lot of interest with basically Europeans, Middle Easterners, what have you, that are looking to get into the Cabo market because land is ripe there for development, for building and what have you. There is a process, of course, so we're going to talk about that. So the short answer is that you actually identify land over there as a lot. So that's how they look at it, as just lot. So we call it there in Los Cabos a hectarea, but it's basically a lot. And in that case, we get an attorney. The attorney, you'll need to go ahead and get the permitting for contracts, for environmentals, for studies, the whole 9 yards, like you would normally do probably in your neck of the woods where you're from. But the attorney here is actually strong because the attorney that I work with will go ahead, has a relationship with the city officials, the county officials there and what have you, state officials. And it depends upon what kind of project you're looking to do. If you want to do a shopping plaza or you want to do a multifamily unit or what have you. And again, it's based upon the location and the desired area where you want to be in. And then with that being the case, the attorney goes to bat for you in promoting your plans and what you're looking to do so they can get the approval sign off to go ahead and then start the construction process. So with that being the case, you have the commercial permits, you have the regular permits. But more importantly, we also have the construction crew. So unless you do not have your own and you need a crew to go and assist you with, my attorney down here, they can take care of you, knock it out of the park. So again, but the most important thing to remember here for that question is that you do need an attorney who's a real estate specialist that works on behalf of you to go develop and has a relationship with the city officials and the state officials, and that's what I have. So hopefully that helps you. And when you're ready to make that move, please, again, send me another email, and then we can help you get that process started. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Fawadi. So now let's take a quick commercial break over here, because when we get back, we got 3 more mailbag questions just for you. Stay tuned.
Are you seeking a virtual real estate experience? Are you ready for a personalized concierge white glove treatment service? Vegas Home Source in Cabo G, we provide the shining star this year. Why? Because every star shines bright and you are that star. Contact Gianno, your real estate experience expert, and your journey to your castle is complete. Call him toll-free at 888-528-2810. That's the number that treats you like the star you are.
Hey, what do you say? Hey, we got another rockin' show here live in New York City. Start spreading the news. Gianno's reading the mailbag questions today. That's what we do, folks. I'm here. I'm invigorated. I just love the smell of the East Coast. It just gives me that vibrant energy that I need to recharge the batteries. Maybe it's all the espresso I've been drinking, all the pizza, the bagels, the lox and cream cheese. So good. And of course, steak. We got to go with that. And the chicken parmesan. I could go on and talk about food. As folks, I know you've been to New York City. You know how great the food is. No need to carry on, but I have to because I get spoiled when I come here. So that's what it is. Nothing like family cooking, right? So that's what we have to say there. Now, question number 4 comes from Sophie H. from Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. So Sophie writes in, love your show. You sound very knowledgeable, and this is why I listen. My question is, you mentioned LLC and trust set up in Cabo. Is it better to use my Canadian trust to buy in Cabo or get a trust in Mexico? Okay, well, this is a very important question. Thank you so much for writing in. And I wanted to take your question because, you know what, I deal with a lot of Canadian people that are expats from Canada that live down there. And so really the consensus based upon the Canadians that I speak with down there that are buying and selling in Cabo is you keep your Canadian trust and then you create a Mexican corporation, right? Which is kind of what I said before in my past shows when we do the find, fund, flip, right? So, which is very important because you want that layered protection. You want that extra asset to be formulated. So what happens is that you buy the property with the Mexican corporation and you put that corporation into your Canadian trust, which will be held in a fideicomiso. So we talked about that before where a fideicomiso, that's when you are a foreigner, whether you take on a Mexican corporation or not, because obviously you are from outside of Mexico. So therefore it gets put in a fideicomiso. And remember, folks, when you get a Mexican corporation, you basically get a lot of discounts and benefits. And that's why we talked about before, like if you're looking for that investment opportunity, short-term rentals, definitely want to get a Mexican corporation because it's lower tax 5%. If you just do it regular, and let's say you use your Canadian trust, let's say in this question answer session, and you're going to be paying 25% capital gain on the money that you make per month with your short-term rentals. So the great play here is keep your Canadian trust, have your Canadian trust set up, a Mexican corporation, have that Mexican corporation purchase the property and own it in the fideicomiso, and you are ready to go and you're dialed in. So hopefully, Sophie, that answers your question there. And really, like I said before, in every show that I'm going to be talking about, folks, moving forward, wherever you're listening around the world, I have to say, please get your property out of your personal name. You have to put it in some type of trust, family trust, or you put it in a corporation, an LLC, and what have you, whatever really business entity that you can have that's going to give you the best asset protection. It's not that expensive. And trust me, folks, it's definitely not that expensive if you're in a litigious society where everybody's suing everybody. And the first thing an attorney is going to look for is what do they own? What assets do they have? And your home is your asset. Protect yourself. Do it. And we can get into more about that later on down the road. But I just want to address that question for Sophie because, again, a lot of Canadians are relocating. They are buying property down there. I know they're tired of the U.S. They're trying to sell off all their property, take it, and then take it a step further south and go into Cabo. And they're happy and they love it. And this is what they're doing. So that's going to really be strong for them. So with that being the case, I hope that helps clarify that question. So thank you so much. Now, question number 5 comes from Takumi Y from Osaka, Japan. And Takumi writes in, I'm a new listener. Thank you for your show. My question is there an Asian market in Cabo or an Asian area that people buy and live in? Well, thank you, because let me tell you something, Takumi. That's a great, great question. Haven't been asked that before, so I'm glad that you brought that in because, you know, it's funny. Being in Cabo, there's more sushi places than there are Chinese restaurants. Now, Chin's restaurant down there was very, very popular. They closed for a while, and then they reopened again, right? But for Japanese, for market, for sushi, I mean, Nixon down by the marina, everybody loves it, and also by Pamilla, if people are familiar with the Golden Corridor up there on the way to San Jose, in between San Jose and Los Cabos, fantastic. There's also another sushi house called Fish, which is basically, it's pretty cool, folks. It's right by the park area down by the marina in Los Cabos, and it's got no name on it. But when you walk in there, it's so cool. It looks like a dojo. You would love it. So for all my Japanese friends, if you go down to Cabo, definitely Fish and Nixon are going to be your really 2 greatest places to go and eat for sushi. Now, with that being the case, we do have, by the marina, we have 2 Asian markets, which is basically Kaizen, that's a sushi market, and Toyo Foods. So those are the 2 places where a lot of people go for Asian market shopping to get food over there for the culture, whether it's Japanese, Thai, Chinese, and what have you. Now, is there an Asian corridor where people actually live in, like, let's say, a Chinatown or a Little Japan or what have you? No. Basically, people are just buying wherever they're buying because a lot of times it's investment. But when you come to visit, we do have that international opportunity for the Asian culture. So please check out Toyo Foods and Kaizen Sushi Market. They're down by the marina in the Los Cabos corridor in Cabo. Fantastic. But again, I've been to Fish, I've been to Nixon. I think you'll really love it because it's fresh right out of the water, especially the tuna. The yellowtail is absolutely dynamite. So I really hope that helps you in that question. And the food is really, really yummy. So you're really going to enjoy that. And so for my 6th and final question comes from Oscar from good old London town in England. So Oscar writes in, cheers to you and your show. It's very refreshing to listen to. Well, thank you. So his question is, do you speak, or should I say, do I speak? Of course I speak. Do you do any speaking engagements discussing real estate anywhere else outside of the U.S. and in Mexico? And that's a great question. I mean, I would love to do that. That would be great. I would love to come to London. I would love to come anywhere that anybody would have me. Just have to get that participation. Somebody wants to reach out to me. They want to do a real estate seminar, an international real estate seminar. So if you're listening out there, maybe a hedge fund company, wherever you're listening, that might be listening to the show, you want me to come out there, let me know, contact me. I love to do speaking engagement. I love to give the information out to people because, again, you're talking to somebody that's living and breathing what I'm discussing and sharing, right? So that's why we want the participation. That's why I do the Mailbag show. So great opportunities. I mean, I'd love to come out to wherever you are. Please get a hold of me. That would be fantastic. I think that would really, and again, is there a demand for speaking engagements? I guess so. I mean, obviously, I know there's a lot of people that do it locally in the United States, both whether it's in Vegas or New York or what have you. Everybody's always talking about something, and everybody tries to be the aficionado, per se, of talking about real estate and what have you. So I just think that in general, right now, we have a situation where, again, I think the more we talk about subjects and the more we talk about behind the scenes, what it takes to go and, talk about real estate. Like me, as I say, if I wanted to invest in London, I wouldn't, I'd have to reach out to somebody over there and have somebody talk to me about what the investment opportunity would be in London, and then where in the UK would be a great opportunity. How would I set up a corporation right in the UK? Would that be a good idea to take advantage of if there's any tax benefits for that, right? So I think it's really important that's why sharing ideas, right? When you go on, a lot of times, real estate agents here in the U.S. like to do like their missions. They like to go and partner up with other countries, with other real estate entities that are, let's say in Portugal, we talk about like where the golden visa is located at, and everybody's going into Spain or Italy and what have you. But I think it's important to really capitalize on the fact that, it's important if somebody are American, because we talk about, migration and shifting into places, that you see people moving all over the world, right? And where's the flow going? It almost looks like it's going circular, right? So that's why I think that doing engagements, speaking engagements, you're actually live with the person and going on stage, or it could be a private venue, it could be a big venue. It just depends. So I think it's a great idea. I'd love to have that opportunity down the road. If somebody would love to have me, we could discuss that as well. But for the most part, Oscar, I really hope that answers the question for you, and love to do it one day. But hey, if you're ever in the United States, or if you're ever in Cabo, we could coordinate that where you could take a trip and come on down. I mean, there's a lot of UK people that are visiting, and again, they're purchasing property. And here's the thing too, folks, about Cabo and about Mexico. Cabo, we talk about it's growing. It's getting that culture. It's getting that flavor. It's bringing in other types of, as I call, tapestry to the table, right? So now you have the authentic Baja desert that's down there, but then you're also building around it, and you're giving people choices, because it is becoming a international destination city. And really, again, when you have Los Cabos, you have two cities, San Jose, and then you have Cabo. So at the end of the day, that whole area still has so much to grow and develop and what have you. And you have opportunities of buying a condo. You have opportunities of buying a single family home, whether it be new or you buy a lot, like we talked about in last week's show, or you actually can go ahead and purchase again under Mexican corporation. A lot of different strategies. And really, that's the most important thing, is to understand and what are people saying out there. This is why I get passionate about talking about these things. This is why I get passionate about reading the questions on the air, because without that, all you're doing is listening to me, and then it's kind of like, okay, now what do I do? Now that's the whole thing. We give the information, we're getting sourced, okay, so Vegas home source and getting home sourced. So that's why it's important. Bringing the information out there, because you could be on the MLS and then looking at properties, but what are you really looking for? Like, you put in a price point, like, okay, that's great. You see a property, but where is that at? That's why I want the participation. That's why please reach out to me. Leave me a voice message on my virtual Miss G. She's there for you. She can answer questions. And for those that, the questions are not answered, that's why we're here for you. So I hope that helps. And again, we're live in New York City. We're going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. So if you are in the New York City area and you want to meet up, I'd love to meet with you all. If not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And then when we come back again, and we're back into Vegas for our New York wrap-up show, we're going to talk about all the good things that are happening over here in New York City. Can't give it away. You got to listen. That's the reveal, right? Every week we're talking about a reveal. It's 2026, the year of reveals. So with that being the case, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, enjoy. And I know it's holiday season, right? So we're all out festive. We're enjoying. Springtime is here. We're enjoying ourselves. Well, at least springtime in the northern hemisphere, right? So we know it's winter time down in the southern hemisphere. So, but with that being said, be safe, whatever you're doing. And thank you so much again for tuning in and spreading the joy. Please reach out to me It's so important. I want to hear from everybody, and I will answer everybody. It's one thing that people know about me, because that's why I've already worked with most of you since we had the show going. And I just want to put it out there. This is what we're here for. We're here for you. We're here to help you. I want to make sure everybody is succeeding and also having the real estate information wherever you're at, because I know you're not getting it from a lot of other people. Again, we talk about opinions and what have you. This is not opinions. Actual, factual, and practical. That's what it's all about. So take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.